try to be a good man.
Oh.
I try to be somebody that pays attention, that's giving, that's thoughtful and sincere. I don't deserve this. It's cold outside.
Oh, you're here
It's
for
cold
one
outside,
day.
damn it.
Get over
And Molly is right
Get
next to
over
me
it.
laughing
What's
at me.
happening right here?
What?
This is a disaster.
Excuse me. That's what
Get
you're
it
doing. That's
together.
what you're doing.
We're
That's what
finally
you're
in
doing, Molly.
studio
That's what
and,
you're
like,
doing.
put
Al
yourself
Duncan
together.
is in here fixing Dan Orlovsky's ties for the first time in 3 years. That looks like a cardboard
Elle's got
instead
a
of
great
a box
fit.
square.
Dan, this is a
Molly's here
solid
getting
one
on
for
my
you,
nerves.
too.
Who the hell knows
You
who
do
else is
look good.
coming on the show? All I know is this. It is cold, and I deserve better. But I'm here.
Stephen A., when we say cold open, you don't talk about the cold weather every time.
Damn right it's a cold
What
open.
this thing
It's
is.
cold. It's cold.
All that we go through, all that we been through, even this moment right here. Show me something tonight, man.
You better get Are you kidding me? Cause we get it going.
How does he do it? Touchdown! A somersault to the end zone. He's going to go. Touchdown! Touchdown, Houston.
You better get loud.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome into First Take. Thank you for being with us. Look at this crew we have today. I have a feeling we're going to have a good time. Dan Orlovsky, Elle Duncan,
Hi.
Stephen A. came to New York for the two of you. I'm
you.
Molly. Are we happy?
I've never been happier. Feel great.
Really?
I
Did you
love
get
it.
your hair cut for the occasion of Stephen A. being in person?
Yeah, they said, I got the email, said Stephen A's in studio Thursday. I said, I got to go see Marv. Get the cut.
Okay. He said, let me get my best pocket square for Stephen A. being in the building. Dan, does that thing move?
Got it from Target.
It does. You said what?
It's like a toddler suit. It's like
Yes, it moves.
First of all, we're not going to hate on Tarjay because I
I do
can
like
some
Tarjay.
Did you just
serious
snort
damage.
box squares?
LC, she's having a
Box
good time.
squares.
She's got to be in
She
New York with us
snorted.
more. Yep.
At her own joke.
She's letting her hair down.
Always. Yeah.
It's a Friday Eve. All right, let's get it, guys. Wild Card weekend. This weekend's going to be a lot of fun. A lot's happening. And we kick things off with an epic rivalry when Lamar Jackson, that means it was a real laugh, and the Ravens, who are heavy favorites, so it's Russell Wilson and the Steelers. A lot on the line for both quarterbacks Saturday night. Jackson has struggled against the Steelers in his career, but his last game against them was his best as he threw 3 touchdowns in a 34-17 win just 3 weeks ago. Danny O, talk to me. How confident are we that Lamar Jackson's going to get to a Super Bowl this year?
Most confident I've ever been in Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Most confident. They've
Scale of
got
1 to 10.
a 9.9.
Wow.
Oh.
If I had to pick one team that I truly in my gut thought would go to Kansas City and beat Kansas City, it is Baltimore
Okay.
this year. As much as I believe in the Buffalo Bills, and I do think it's a 3-team race. Number one, it's the best season Lamar's ever had. There's no debate about that. It's historically impressive what he's done. I think the second thing is he finally has a true running mate, both behind him and next to him, that makes this offense dynamically impossible to stop. Zay Flowers, first Pro Bowl receiver that the Ravens have ever drafted, and I know he's unlikely to play this weekend. Derrick Henry, Lamar and Derrick Henry combined have almost 3,000 yards rushing. They've got 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidates on defense, a top 5 offensive line. They got the second best run game in football. This is the most complete football team, the most balanced football team that Lamar's had. They got a defense ever since Kyle went back to safeties, the number 1 defense in the NFL. I've never been more confident in Lamar's ability, but also Lamar's mindset to go get it done.
I think that's an utterly ridiculous opinion on the part of Dan Orlovsky, and I don't think the American public should listen to him in regards to this particular subject. And I'm talking to a man that I believe is brilliant when it comes to football, but he's got a soft spot for quarterbacks, and he especially has a soft spot when it comes to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, listen, I understand how great he has looked this year. I understand we're talking about a 2-time league MVP who could be a 3-time league MVP for crying out loud. He might win this year as well because it's really, really close with him, Josh Allen, to a lesser degree, Saquon Barkley. I think Nick Sirianni ruined that for him when he didn't let him play the last game of the season, and he didn't eclipse the all-time single-season rushing record. But I'm going to say this, 32% completion of his passes under pressure in his postseason career, okay? 5 or 6 playoff games that he's played in, he scored under 20 points. You're talking about that Lamar Jackson that we've seen play incredibly well during the regular season, but all of a sudden in the postseason, he doesn't seem to be the same guy. I understand looking at his regular season. If you say based on what we've seen in the regular season, this is our belief in him. But considering the fact that he's been great in the regular season before, but he hasn't been great in the postseason, don't I reserve the right and don't others reserve the right to see it, to believe it? when you got Josh Allen, when you got Patrick Mahomes.
That's like my
waiting for
pet
you.
peeve.
Me
That's
too.
what it is. Or excuse me, what's your pet peeve? What's
When
your pet
people
peeve?
say
it,
I gotta see it to believe it,
No
that
faith.
means literally you're doing nothing.
Career 16
You have to
points.
project,
Career
prognosticate.
project,
Having
whatever.
it-
I don't have to do that with him. The fact is this:
The point of your job, literally.
16 points per game in his postseason career.
Yes, sir.
All right. Lowest for any quarterback named NFL MVP in the Super Bowl era.
Yes,
this
sir.
is what we have seen.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
So all I'm saying is,
Al,
I got to
let's
see
hear
it.
from you.
It's
I'm
not
gonna let
crime.
you go before I dunk on him.
Right. So first of all, in
Like
terms of the
LeBron.
turnovers, which have been a thing that have plagued him in his postseason, he's got 9 turnovers, 6 of those interceptions. Having one of the best seasons that he's had in terms of protecting the ball, 4 interceptions, and honestly, if you take a look at maybe 2, 3 of those, totally not his fault. But Dan nailed it. It's not about Lamar. It's about the fact that this is the most complete and balanced team that he has ever had in the postseason.
Correct.
They are always number one. When they're entering the postseason, they're always the number 1 rushing team. I think one year they were number 2, but there's a difference. Let me read for you their last few. Let me read for you their last few years.
So do
in
I.
2019,
It's just on the laptop.
they were 27th in passing. In 2020, they were last in passing. In 2022, they were 28th in passing, and last year they were 21st. Do you know what they are in passing this year?
I'm gonna take a guess. 6th.
They're 7th in passing this year. And on top of that, ask the 2019 Titans how integral Derrick Henry is to winning postseason games. In fact, ask the 2019 Ravens, who he put 200 yards on in that divisional game to get them to the conference championship. Derrick Henry is the difference maker. And honestly, as bad as they played last year against the Chiefs, it was Todd Monken trying to get too cute and literally go against everything that got them there. And that's the reason that they
And
lost
that's
that
why.
part of the game.
How came prepared?
Hold on. We're all prepared. We're all prepared. The fact of the matter is, you want to go that route, 2-4 record, 57 completion percentage, 9 touchdowns.
Are we having
6
like a
passes,
stat
3
off
runs,
right
9
now?
turnovers, 26 sacks, a 75.7 passer rating,
Yeah.
6 starts, 6. Listen, here's the deal, y'all. Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
I get your numbers. I get where you're coming from, Al. Beautifully eloquent, very eloquent in your delivery. Absolutely, no question. But here's the problem. Last time I checked, isn't Todd Monken still the offensive coordinator?
Yes, sir.
Didn't he fail to give the ball, to put the ball in somebody's hands other than Lamar Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Didn't we have losses this season where he failed to give the ball to Derrick Henry when he should have? I'm just saying. Yes?
No.
I mean, yes?
No.
There have been times this season when we looked at Derrick Henry and we said he should have had the ball more?
No.
We never did that.
That's the low-hanging- that's the low-hanging fruit every time.
No, you can't say no.
The low-hanging fruit all the time.
Did it happen? Are you sitting here with a straight face and saying that the decisions that Todd Monken has made, game after game after game, has been pristine? That there's been no issue with the offense?
No,
that he
because
called?
no one's perfect, but the low-hanging fruit is
my God.
always Ravens lost. Derrick Henry didn't run the ball.
Orlovsky, see, this is the only part that I regret about you opening your mouth is there's moments like this where I should have called for your comments on NFL Live, because I watch, bro. I watch. I see some of the things that you said. I see some of the things that you said months ago, and it's not consistent with what you're saying
It's
now.
100%
But It is
consistent.
not consistent with what you're saying right now. In the end, I got to think, and I got to hope that Todd Monken gives the ball to Derrick Henry. He doesn't make this about Lamar Jackson, because when it's been made about Lamar Jackson, come postseason time, the results have ended up with him being home. And you're saying this year is going to be different because of the personnel around him. But we've complained about the Baltimore Ravens not utilizing the personnel around Lamar Jackson time after time after time again.
Okay, so my number one question that I have for you is that you just rattled off all those stats that are awesome over the past years of Lamar and this Ravens offense struggling in the postseason, not meeting to their kind of regular season performance. How many games in those numbers, or how many times did they play in those postseason games with Derrick Henry?
With Derrick Henry, none.
Zero.
Zero.
So how are we not evaluating the addition of a Hall of Fame back and that impacting
I'm not saying
the
that.
postseason
And-
performance?
come on.
You are.
No.
I don't give a rat's rear end about the postseason performance of Lamar in this offense in the past. Because
I can't.
They added a Hall of Fame running back.
Come on. I was looking for you the other day. What happened when Sam Darnold wet the bed, right?
I was here.
Hold on, wait a minute. I was looking for you. No. I was looking for you because you know what? You didn't say you couldn't stay long. You couldn't stay long. You couldn't stay like you stayed today. You had other things to do because you couldn't deal with the tsunami of stuff that was going to rain down upon you. Here's what happened with Sam Darnold. The week before, L, you know this doing Sports Center the way you do it, girl. Here's the deal. Sam Darnold and the Vikings beat the Green Bay Packers. And they showed up in the locker room, hoisting them on their shoulders.
Yeah.
They're throwing water shit, whatever the hell you call it. And I looked at you. Next day, and I'm sitting there like, what have they won? Did they win a division title? No. Did they win a playoff game? No. What's all of that about? Is it about the fact that he's on a one-year deal for $10 million and that he's about to get paid because of the way that he's played during this regular season? You still got to win that division. Detroit had 13 dudes on the defensive side of the ball on the injured reserve, and they still spanked them, held them to 9 points. One thing to lose. It's another thing to get held to 9 points. Okay, can't even get a touchdown. All of these things were happening.
Yes,
and
sir.
I said to you, excuse me, when the moment arrives, that's when you find out about people. That's what I'm looking for with Lamar Jackson in these playoffs. With Josh Allen, with Patrick Mahomes, what you gonna do when you got them brothers on the other side of the sidelines waiting
Okay,
for
so
you?
you're saying the jury.
Round 2, fight. Final round, fight! Finish him! Square wins. Round 1, fight. Round 2, fight! Fight.
Do not anger me.
Round 2. Fight. Finish him. Squad wins. Round 1. Fight.
Fear my vengeance.
Round 2. Fight.